You produced the classic Ether instrumental, and when it gets dubbed on every hot take, it's like a social media gift for years. Like what is your reaction when you just randomly come across your beat?
I seen it again today with Stephen A. Smith. But I was like, at first I would see it, and then I see it more. It's just a blessing to, create some art that stand the test of time and became like a timeless art piece. Because I look at, my beats as art. So, it's just like an art piece that, a classic art piece that, every time you hear it, and people connect it to me, and it's a dope thing, man.
When you created that Ether beat, were you going into it, when you were pressing the keys and turning the knobs, were you going into it with diss track energy?
No, but I think my my energy was like, I need to get out of Harlem. You know what I mean? Like, I got to get out the hood. You know what I mean? I think it was that, like, yo, I got to get out the hood somehow, some way. And that was the energy towards it. And actually, it could have been a Jay-Z beat. His A&R came, but his A&R passed up on it.
Hip hop, right?
Yeah, hip hop. It could have been a Jay-Z beat, but hip hop didn't take it to him, that thing, man.
And the rest is history. Why do you think he used your beat for Last Real Alive, which is also a Jay-Z diss?
Yeah, on the low. But after I did, when I produced Ether, like I didn't know Nas was gonna use that beat for a diss record. So when he told me come to the studio, he said, "Oh, listen to what I got." And it wasn't like he was amped or nothing. He was real calm. Talk about listen to what I did to your beat. So I'm thinking I'm gonna hear like a street record, regular, and then he plays it. I just remember just like what is happening right now. Like, this is my first introduction to the, Main Street as far as my production, because I did, the Big L stuff. I produced Ebonics for Big L. So this is my first, like, I'm gonna introduce you to the world. Oh, I'm gonna use you again. And then he's doing it again.
D-Ray. And he said comedians don't get royalties for their jokes. I kind of imagine that you might be in the same boat with that.
Yeah, as far as social media, they haven't got that part together yet. I know TikTok, I believe you get, streaming. But yeah, as far as Instagram and we got to figure that out because it could be some missing money. I think that the powers that be need to figure that part out.
But what's your favorite beat that you ever produced? Like, what's the one that impressed you the most?
Pop Champagne. Pop Champagne impressed me the most because how it was created was listening to 50 Cent, I'm a rider. I was like, oh, he got that effect on his voice. So I was like, let me get that effect. I call, my engineers, let me get that effect. I want to make some party with that effect. Then I'm doing it. I'm like, it's not working with the beat because I didn't know you have to be on key. So I stripped the music. That's why in Pop Champagne, you just hear the do. Because I had to strip the instruments to hear myself because I'm like, it's not working. So then the second half, when the instruments come on, I try and get on key. But the beginning, that's why the drums ride, because I didn't know you have to be on key. Like, you have to kind of know about notes and singing. So Pop Champagne was like a experiment that went right.
I want to ask you about another song, another classic that you produced that kind of took a life of its own on social media, Arab Money.
Yeah,
like there's memes going around. Like, what were they thinking when we let them make the song and they're chanting in Arabic and Arab?
I've been getting a lot of calls and texts about. Some people think it just came out, and the youth, they think it's the new record. So I kind of tucked it in the back like of a beat CD. And when Busta said, "Yo, I need some beats," I gave it to him. He dug and found it. So remember, I put it like, that's the days of the CDs. It was like number 17. He dug and got it. He's like, "This is my single." He said, "What are you saying on it?" I said, "Busta, I'm not saying anything." He like, "All right, well, it's still my single." And we do it. and it takes a life as its own. But you know, I grew up in Harlem. I used to go, you know, you go in the stores, the corner stores. They play the music. So I always, every time I go in the store and hear the music, like, yo, this music is fire. So the melodies or how they put their stuff together, I'm like, yo, this is kind of unique. So I know when I first got the auto tune, you know, thing out, and I was playing with it, I was like, I sound Arabic, and that's how I just mumbled some stuff, and it became a thing. I know Busta was like, "Oh, we got to put real words," and that's when it was like it took a turn, a little turn for bad. And then he was like, "Nah, we got to change it back to what you were saying, which was nothing." So
So that is you on the chorus. No, 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 no.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
And it was